introduce yourself, right?
My name is Tyce Francois. I have been doing film for, I would say, 10 years now. And I started on my own, kind of like Michael Swan, making independent film until one day I made a film and I invited Mr. Swan here to watch one of my films. And in the process of that, that is how we became acquainted and developing a work relationship and an artistry relationship where we started to collaborate with stories and ideas, and we found that we had similar interests, like a famous classic Chinese film, Young and the Dangerous. That is something that we both related to and we both enjoyed when we were growing up. And the feeling of camaraderie that you receive through that film is something that we wanted to emulate as people in real life and as filmmakers. So that was the beginning, and then ever since then it's been a long process to make AKP Job 27, and it's gone through many ups and downs and changes and hardships and blocks and barriers, but we've gotten to where we've gotten because of Michael Swan's perseverance and his vision, and with that we now have our commercial limited release. Yeah.
So, a little bit of your background. So you are Canadian, and what's your origin?
My parents are from Vietnam, and my father is part French. So he also is Chinese. But those are the accumulation of my racial background.
So you are 1/4 Chinese?
Quarter Chinese, quarter French, and half Vietnamese. Yeah.
You speak French?
I'm working on it. But no, I don't speak fluent French. One day I may reside in Paris. That is my goal. That is my dream.
I see. What brings you to like movie and become producers?
What brings me to this?
Yeah. What inspires you like going to India?
My main inspiration.
Inborn producer.
My main inspiration is the fact that I want to be in films. I want to be an actor, and I want to be an acclaimed actor. And it's going to be a long and hard process, and I found that the only way to be able to do the roles that I really wanted to do is if I were to produce the films that I wanted to be in. And I would find that for now that was the best way to do it.
So you have a formal training on films and movie making?
I guess I would have any kind of training that any passionate individual would have, which is going out and doing it yourself, learning yourself. So I didn't go to school for it.
So you're not from movie school? Okay.
No, I'm not from a movie school. I went to college for theater performance, acting, but I bought a camera, and because I wanted to act in front of the camera. So with that camera, I realized that in order to act, you need a story. And everything started to unfold after that, because in order to have a story, you have to write. And after you write, then you need people to play those parts. And then that is the formulation of becoming a producer, I guess, because you had to produce all those different categories in order to produce a film. Yeah.
So you know Michael before you like play in the movie?
Yes, yeah. We met at the top 20 Real World Film Festival Emerging Artists. He was one of the top 20. I crashed the party. And then I met him there, yeah. Okay. And we developed a relationship from that.
You got the position of acting in this movie is because you know Michael, or because your quality, your style?
I would like to think the latter, my quality and my style, but mainly because I think we shared the same vision, and he as a director with the vision was capable of seeing me playing that role. And for me, I saw myself playing that role in the same way, with that same kind of stoic passion. So that's...
And this movie is a wordless, without dialect movie.
Yes.
Does it make you difficult to act in the movie?
There are its positives and there are their negatives. There's a little bit of both. The positive, I guess, would be that you don't have to remember lines and lines of dialogue every night, but it does not mean that you do not work. And I guess in that aspect, that was the more difficult part about it, was that you had to speak without speaking. And for me, that was a great learning curve, because I felt like before AKP, a lot of my films, what I had to do was hide behind dialogue or use dialogue to mask whatever it was or express how I feel. But really, through this whole process, I learned that there's so much more dialogue in no dialogue. Yeah.
So did the director really explain what you have to, how you act, or they just tell you go around smoking?
Have you seen the film?
I've seen the film. Yeah, I spent 2 hours like this.
Oh yeah, you see.
Yeah.
You like it?
I kind of, yeah. I started to dislike it, and then gradually, and then I still realize what's going on. And I kind of like it. Yeah.
Okay, so at the beginning, I guess you were lost, right?
I'm lost, yeah. The style, I like the style, but I didn't be lost at the beginning.
Right.
There's some complaint like Wong Kar-wai director. They say director won't tell the actor do senseless act. Just go around looking at the sky, and end up they don't know what to act. Mm-hmm. But the director won't end up edited it become a meaning movie.
Right.
A little bit.
I see where you're coming from. Yeah, this process was a new process for a lot of us. Mm-hmm. I don't think any of us has done a feature film with no dialogue before, so a lot of it we did have to come up on the spot. Mm-hmm. And for most of us, the actors at least, we just had to know where we were within the story of the script. And with the direction of Michael Swan, of course, he would tell us whether he believed it, he didn't believe it, he needed more of something else, or from there, that's how we honed in on our performances.
Mm-hmm. And Doctor told me that you and the actress, like 6 months to produce this movie. Within this short period of time, how you generate like love feeling between you and the actress?
We actually only had 1 month.
1 month.
1 month to shoot the film. There was a long process in pre-production, that maybe built up to that. Mm-hmm. But the actual time that I spent with the actress was only within that 1 month. Mm-hmm. Developing actual feelings. What do you mean? Like outside? I would I'm a professional, and I would like to think that I kept things professional. Mm-hmm. In the course of the film, I guess I could have maybe done a little bit more method, because that was something that Michael was trying really hard for us to do. So he really wanted me to fall in love with her. Yeah. And when we were shooting, it didn't provide for those situations, because we were so busy shooting. We were so busy going from one scene to the next scene. The focus was on shooting it and then moving and shooting again. So really, it was a strong work environment as much as it was just friendship, relationship development. I say more so production and business.
You're also a producer yourself. Do you give some suggestion, opinion back to the director? Swain?
Give suggestions to him?
Or you disagree with the director?
Oh, we had lots of disagreements, but for me, no, not fight. No, sometimes fighting. He likes to kick once in a while. No, we have lots of disagreements, but I also am a filmmaker, and I know the process of filmmaking and what it is to be the director and what role you have to play when you're making a film. Mm-hmm. And I understand that when I came into this film, mm-hmm, as a producer with him, with Michael Swan, I knew that he was going to be the director, and that's the bottom line. And when you make a film, the vision should be the directors and the directors alone. I will give suggestions. We can fight on many points, but if he is strong on his vision and what he wants to accomplish, then I respect that.
So being an actor, do you think you will have a bright future? Like one movie after the other movie, and going to all Hollywood movies?
I don't want to jump ahead of myself, but I am going to say that I'm going to work really hard, and I'm not going to let my passion let me down. So this is something I aspire to do, and I will continue to do it until the day I die.
So on the other hand, we look at the reality, like okay, Hollywood, they have a black actor, white actor, right?
That's right.
In Bollywood, they are Indian actor or actress. In
Yes.
Asia, they got Chinese, Japanese. But when I look at you, you say you are not Hispanic, but you're not white. You look a little bit Asian, but not fully Asian. Would that limit your like acting career in movie industry?
I wouldn't like to say that anything limits me. I would like to say that any quality I have will be a positive and a benefit to me and my career. So therefore I can be more versatile. Maybe I can play this role, maybe I can play that role. If you believe that I can be Hispanic, then I will try to play Hispanic and I will accomplish it. That's all there is to it. That is my role as an actor, so I will make you believe it or not. And it's up to the audience to decide.
So that's acting.
That is acting. The acting part of it is actually the part you're supposed to forget.
Yeah.
It's being, right?
Yeah. Try to make people believe.
Yes. And take out the try also. You have something to say, Michael?
Yeah, do we believe he's Japanese in this movie?
Yeah, they got some
Japanese qualities.
I mean, face. Yeah. You say you are Japanese. I agree that. So, yeah. So
I walked around with yen, Japanese yen, for the whole shoot. He changed currency, Canadian currency, into Japanese yen, and I walked around with that. And when Japanese people saw me, they immediately assumed that I was Japanese, and they started to speak to me in Japanese. But sure enough, I kept my silence and stoicness.
It's learn Japanese.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.